It may the trust of flattering truth asleep. My dreams perceive some joyful news at hand. My bosom's lord sits lightly in his throne, lifts me above the ground in cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady come and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leaves to think. And breath of such life with kisses in my lips, and that I revived, and that I was emperor. Ah me, how sweet it is to love itself possessed. But when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona. How, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is she farther well? How doth my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she is well.
Then she is well, nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Carpel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lit. I saw her laid low on her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell you, oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did not leave it for my officer.
Is it so? Then I defy you, stars. That now is of my lodging. Get me ink and paper, or hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadvantage.
Tush, thou art deceived. Let me, and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone, and hire those horses. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means, O mischief, that thou art swift to enter in thy thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and whereabouts it dwells, which late I noticed, in tattered weeds and overwhelming brows. Cutting of simples, meagre were his looks. Sharp misery had worn him to the bones, and in his needy shop a tortoise hung, of alligator stuffed and other skins, of ill-shaped fishes about his shelves. A beggarly account of empty boxes, green earthen pots, bladders, mustard seeds, remnants of pack-thread, and old cakes of roses, were thinly scattered to make up a show. Noted this penury, to myself I said, and if a man did need a poison now, whose sailors present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wrench could sell it him. Oh, this same thought did but forerun my need, and this needy man must sell it to me. As I remember, this should be his house. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. That apothecary.
Calls so loud.
Come here, poor man. I would love that poison.
Such mortal drugs I have. The law tells me that I cannot sell them. It's death if I do.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness, and fearest to die? Famine is thy cheeks, need and oppression starveth in thy eyes, contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be ye not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Come. Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
There is thy gold. Where's poison is to men's souls, doing more murder in this loathsome world than these poor compounds that thou mayest not sell. I sell thee poison. Thou hast sold me none. Farewell by good, and get thyself in flesh. Come, Cardinal, not poison, go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
Holy Franciscan friar, brother, ho!
This seemed to be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to find a barefoot brother out, one of our order to associate me, here in the city visiting the sick and finding him, the searchers of the town, suspecting that we were both in a house where infections, pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth. So my speed to Mantua there it stayed.
Who bear my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again. Nor a messenger could bring it to thee, so fearful that they are of infection.
Unhappy fortune! But my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and the neglecting it, much may do danger. Friar John, go hence, give me an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go. Bring it to thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within these 3 hours will the fair Juliet awake. She will beshrew me with much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents, but I will write again to Montois, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corse closed in a dead man's tomb.
Give me thy torch, boy, hence and stand aloof, yet put it out, for I would not be seen under yon yew trees lay thee all along. Holding thy ear close to the hollow ground, so shall no foot upon the churchyard thread, being loose uniform with digging up of graves, but thou shalt hear it. Whistle then to me as signal that thou hears something approach. Give me those flowers, do as I bid thee go.
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I stoop. O woe, thy canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will do, or wanting that with tears dissolve thy mood. The absence that I for thee will keep, nightly shall be to stew thy grave and weep. The boy gives warning, something doth approach, what cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my obstacles in true love's right. What with a torch muffle me night awhile.
Give me that mattock, that wrenching iron. Hold, take this letter early in the morning. See thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light, upon thy life I charge thee. And whatever thou hearest or seest, stand all aloft, and do not interrupt me, my horse. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take hence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence be gone. In what I farther shall intend to do, by heavens I will tear thee joint by joint, and screw this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. And time by my intents are savage wild, more fierce and more inexorable far than the empty tigers on the roaring sea.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So thou friendship, take thou that. Live a prosperous and farewell, good fellow.
For all the same I hide my hair about, his looks I fear and his intentions I doubt.
Thou detestest them all, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsels of earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite I'll cram thee with more.
This is the vanquish haughty Montague, that murderer, my love's cousin, which grief is supposed the fair creature died, and here is coming to some fallacious shame to the dead bodies I were in him. Stop thy unholy toil, Bill Montague, can ventilate thee prepared further than death. Command, villain, I do append thee, obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good gentleman youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me, think upon these gone. Let them affright thee, I beseech thee, youth, but not another sin upon my head, by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone! For heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, live, and therefore say, a madman's mercy, bid thee run away.
I do defy thy constriction and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have thee both.
I will go call the watch.
Oh, I'm slain. Slain with Juliet.
Faith, I will. Let me peruse his face. Moracchio's kingsman, noble country Paris. What said my man, when my betussed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I not dream it so? Or am I mad, hearing him talk of Juliet? Do you think it was so? Or give me thy hand, when writ me in the sour misfortune's book? I bury thee in a triumphant grave, oh no, a lantern, slaughtered you. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this a fault, a feasting presence full of light. Death, lie thou here, my dead man in terror. How oft, when men are at the point of death, they have been married, with their keepers call a lightning before death. Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death, that hath sucked the honey of thy breath, have no power yet upon my beauty. Thou art now thou conquered, beauty's ensign, yet in crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt lies there in thy bloody sheet. O thou more favour can I do thee, than with thy hand cut thy youth in twain, to sunder this and this thy enemy? Forgive me, cousin, ah dear Juliet. Why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is a Maris, and that the lean and horned monsters keeps thee here in the dark, to be his paramour? For fear of that, I will stay with thee, and never from this place of dim night depart again. Here will I remain, with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last, arms, take your last embrace, and lips, oh, you the doors of death seal with a righteous kiss. A dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come bitter conduct, come unsavory guide, thou desperate pilot, now once run on the dashing rocks thy seaside wearied bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true, oh, thank you.
St. Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's there?
Here's one, a friend and one that knows you well.
Bliss be upon you. Tell me, good friend, what torch is yon that vainly lends its light to grubs and eyeless skulls? As I discern, it burneth in the capel's monument.
It doth so, or holy sir, and there my master, one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How half long he been there?
Full half an hour.
Go with me to the vault.
I dare not, sir, my master knows, but I am gone, into fearful did menace me with death, if I did stay till another things.
Stephen, I'll go alone. Fear comes upon me, oh much I fear, some ill, unthrifty thing.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my master and another fought, and that my master slew him.
Alack, alack, with blood is there which stains the stony entrance of this sepulchre. What mean these matchless and gory swords, to lie discolored by this place of peace? Romeo, oh pale, what else? What Paris too is steeped in blood? Oh, what unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance? The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise, lady, come from the nest of death, contagion and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict, hath thwarted our intents. Come, come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. In Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee among a sisterhood of holy nuns. Stay, not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup close in my true love hand? Oh, poison I see hath been timely. Poison I see hath been his timely. Oh, churl drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Happily some poison yet doth hang on them, to make me die and left a restorative. Thy lips are warm. Yea, noise, then I'll be brief. O happy dagger, this is thy sheath.
This is the place where the torch doth burn.
The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you, wherever you find its edge. Pitiful sight! Here lies the country slain, and Juliet bleeding warm, and newly dead. Who here hath lit in these 2 days buried? Go tell the prince. Run to the Capulets. Raise up the Montagues. Some other search. We see the ground whereon those woes do lie, but the true ground of all those pitiless woes we cannot without circumference describe.
Here's Romeo's man. We found him in the churchyard.
Hold him in safety till the prince come hither.
Here is a friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps. We took this mattock and this spade from him, as he was coming from this churchyard side.
A great suspicion, stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What should it be that is so shrieked abroad?
Oh, the people in the street cry Romeo. Some Juliet and some Paris, and they all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in your ears?
Sovereign, here lies the country Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new kindled.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Here is a friar, and slaughtered Romeo's man, with instruments upon them fit to open these dead men's tombs.
O heavens, O wife, look how our daughter bleeds. This dagger hath misstained, for lo, his house is empty on the back of Montagu, and it is missheathed in my daughter's bosom.
Oh me, the sight of death is a bell that warms my old age to a sculpture.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. A grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. Oh, what further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught, what manners is in this, to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while, till we can clear these ambiguities, and know their spring, their head, their true descent, and then will I be general of your woes, and lead you even to death. Meantime forbear, and let mischance be slave to patience. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest, able to do least, yet most suspected, as at the time and place doth make against me of this direful murder. And here I stand both to impeach and purge myself condemned, and myself excused.
Then say at once what thou dost
I will be
know.
brief, for my short date of breath is not so long as is a tedious tale. All this I know, and to the marriage her nurse is privy, and if aught in this miscarried by my fault, let my old life be sacrificed, some hour before his time, unto the rigor of severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where's Romeo's man? What can he say to this? I brought my master news of Juliet's death, and then in post he came from Mantua to this same place, to this same monument. This letter he early bid me give his father, and threatened me with death, going in the vault if I not departed not and left him there. Give me the letter. I look on it. Where is the county's page that raised the watch? Sirrah, what made your master in this place?
He came with flowers to strew his lady's grave, and bid me stand aloof, and so I did. Anon comes one with light to ope the tomb, and by my master drew on him, and then I ran away to call the watch.
This letter doth make good the friar's words, their course of love, the tidings of her death, and here he writes that he did buy a poison of a poor apothecary, and therewithal came to this vault to die and lie with Juliet. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate. That heaven finds means to kill your joys with love, and I, for winking at your discords too, have lost a brace of kinsmen. All are punished.
O brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I can give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold. That whiles Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at as such rate be set as that of a true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo's be by his lady's lie, poor sacrifices of our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some
There
punished.
never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.